next lesson natin, the sum and the product of roots of quadratic equations. So, sum, addition, and product is multiplication. So, for activity number 1, let's do addition and multiplication. So, may mga examples po tayo dito. Examples of addition and multiplication of integers. So, pag sinabi natin integers, those are positive and negative. So, example number 1, positive 3 plus positive 20, para silang positive, so we add them. 3 plus 20 is 23. Next example, number 2, negative 7 plus 15. Magkaiba sila ng sign. Pag magkaiba ng sign, pag magsusubtract po tayo. 15 minus 7 is 8. And then, follow the sign of the bigger number. Anong bigger number dyan? Yung 15. Anong sign ng 15? Positive. So, the answer is positive 8. Next, number 3. Negative 5 plus negative 12. Para silang negative, so we add them. 5 plus 12 is 17. And then, follow their sign. Ano yung sign nila? Negative. So, negative 17 is the answer. Okay, next, multiplication naman po tayo. Pag nakita nyo pong magkatabi sila na may parenthesis po sila, that indicates multiplication. So, positive 5 times positive 7 is positive 35. Next, negative 3 times positive 8 is negative 24. Take note, kapag magkaiba ng sign sa multiplication, the answer is always negative. Pag pareho ang sign, the answer is always positive. Next, negative 7 times negative 2 is positive 14. For activity number 2, find my roots. So, find the roots of each of the following quadratic equations using any method. Methods of solving quadratic equations. So, we have extracting the square root, factoring, completing the square, and using the quadratic formula. So, nasa sa inyo po kung ano yung gusto nyong gamitin para mahanap yung roots ng given quadratic equation. Examples. Number 1, we have x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. So, pwede po kayong gumamit ng any methods of solving quadratic equation. But for me, gagamit po ako ng factoring. Magpa-factoring ako para mahanap yung roots ng quadratic equation na ito. So, yung first term po niya, x squared, paghiwalayin natin, yung factors niya ay x times x. And then, titignan ninyo yung sign ng last term and the second term. Para silang positive. So, ang ilalagay ko dito sa operation nila, dito sa gitna, is parehong positive. And then, hanapin nyo po yung factors ng positive 4. Yung factors niya, pag pinag-add nyo yung factors niya, ang sagot ay positive 4, yung nasa gitna na term. Pag pinag-multiply naman, positive 4 pa din ang sagot. So, ano yung factors ng positive 4? 2 and 2. So, we have positive 2 and positive 2. So, 2 times 2 is positive 4. Then, 2 plus 2 is positive 4. And then, solve na po. So, equate natin siya sa 0. And then, find x sub 1 is equal to, yung positive 2, ita-transpose natin sa kabilang side, magiging negative 2. Diba sabi ko nga sa inyo nun, pag mag-change ng side, magta-transpose, mag-change siya ng sign. Kung positive, nilipat mo sa kabila, magiging negative. Pag negative, nilipat mo sa kabila, magiging positive. And then we have x sub 2 is equal to, transpose again, negative 2. So, the roots of this quadratic equation are negative 2 and negative 2. Yung roots nitong quadratic equation na to. Okay, next example. X squared plus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. So, dito naman, gagamit tayo ng quadratic formula. So, the quadratic formula is x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So, first, i-identify muna natin yung values of a, b, and c. So, the value of a here is positive 1. The value of b is positive 4. And the value of c is negative 12. And then, you substitute to the quadratic formula. Negative b is 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times a is 1, c is negative 12. Divided by 2, a is 1. Then we have x is equal to negative times positive 4, negative 4, plus or minus the square root of 4 squared. Again, pag 4 squared, 4 times 4. So that is 16. And then, nakikita nyo ba yung subtraction and the sign here na negative? So, pag may nakita kayong dalawang negative dyan, magiging plus na siya or positive. And then, i-multiply nyo yan. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 12 is 48. Divided by 2 times 1 is 2. Then, we have x is equal to negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 48 is 64. Divided by 2. Then we have x is equal to negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 64 is 8 divided by 2. And then paghiwalay na po natin yung positive tsaka negative. So we have x sub 1 is equal to negative 4 plus 8 divided by 2, and x sub 2 is equal to negative 4 minus 8 divided by 2. So, nagets nyo po ba yung positive tsaka negative pinaghiwalay? Then, solve. X sub 1 is equal to negative 4 plus 8. Magkaiba sila ng sign again. Magsasubtract. 8 minus 4 is 4, and then follow nyo yung sign ng mas malaking number, which is 8, positive, kaya positive 4, divided by 2. And then we have x of 1 is equal to 4 divided by 2 is 2. So, dito naman sa x of 2, negative 4 minus 8. So, negative minus. I-add nyo sila. 8 plus 4 is 12. Then, follow nyo yung sign nila, which is negative. Divided by 2. So, we have x of 2 is equal to negative 12 divided by positive 2 is negative 6. So, the roots of the quadratic equation x squared plus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0 are positive 2 and negative 6.